Hi everyone, welcome back to Easy Learning English. This is Umaran Mahapatra is going to explain the past perfect continuous tense is one of the important concepts in English. I hope you find it useful. Are you ready? So let's get started. Past perfect continuous tense. What is the definition of past perfect continuous tense? This tense is used when an action started at a certain point in the past and continued up to the time of speaking. Okay, so this is the timeline: present, future, past. Which situation? Past perfect continuous means everything is all about past. Okay, suppose one action started at a point and was on the continuous process, okay, ongoing process. It started here and continuing up to the another point when another thing happened. That means it continued from here and suppose it ended here because another action happened at this point. This duration, when you express for this duration anything was happening, that should be expressed in the past perfect continuous tense. For example, he had been studying before I arrived. He had been studying. Studying started at this point, continued up to this point because at this point another action happened. My arrival happened here. Okay, for this duration, our what was happening, that must be expressed in past perfect continuous tense. He had been studying. He had been studying before I arrived. Okay, we had been working together. So how to frame the sentences? These are the subjective pronouns: I, we, you, they, he, she, it. With the subjective pronouns, had been plus ing form of a verb will be added. This is the construction, this is the structure. I had been, suppose working, the verb is work, ing form of verb, working. We had been working, you had been working, they had been working, he had been working, she had been working, it had been working. With the another verb, I had been playing, we had been playing, you had been playing, they had been playing, he had been playing, she had been playing, it had been playing. We can frame negative sentences also using past perfect continuous tense. Let's have a look how to change one past perfect continuous tense into negative and interrogative. What is the structure for past perfect continuous tense? This is the structure here: subject plus had been plus verb ing. Okay. My friend hadn't been going to market. Here not is used. So this is one negative sentence and negative sentence. Okay. So positive, negative and interrogative. How to change? Here I had been playing. This is one positive sentence. Negative, use not just after the first auxiliary. I had not been playing. Or in contracted form you can say I hadn't been playing. Okay. Then in interrogative form, the first auxiliary will come to the front. Had I been playing? Had, then subject, then been playing. Okay. This is the structure. First auxiliary, then subject, then been, then verb ing. These are the structures for past perfect continuous tense. Okay. We had been playing, we hadn't been playing, or we had not been playing. Both are correct. And had we been playing? You had been playing, you had not been playing, you hadn't been playing, Had you been playing? They had been playing. They had not been playing. They hadn't been playing. Had they been playing? He had been playing. He had not been playing or he hadn't been playing. Had he been playing? She had been playing. She had not been playing. She hadn't been playing. Had she been playing? It had been playing. It hadn't been playing. It had not been playing. Had it been playing? And remember, had is one verb, auxiliary verb that agrees with all kinds of subjects. Okay, so we understood how to change one negative sentence and how to change the sentence into interrogative. And another structure can be, what is that? Negative interrogative. What is negative interrogative? One negative sentence will be converted into interrogative. What is that? My friend had not been going to market. This is one negative sentence. If you change the sentence into interrogative, that will be negative interrogative. So how it could be? My friend hadn't been going to market. What will be? Had my friend then not is there. Had my friend not been going to market. This is negative interrogative. Had my friend not been going to market. This is negative interrogative. Its structure: had plus subject plus not plus been plus verb ing. Then question mark. Okay. If you want to ask question using WH word and using this tense, past perfect continuous tense, how to ask? You follow the structure. Suppose you are asked, how long had you been playing? You just use the WH word here. Okay. What had you been playing? Where had you been playing? This is the structure. The past perfect continuous tense is used in the following contexts. Something happening in the past, something happening before another action, we use past perfect continuous. When something happening with some duration or from one point to another in the past, we use past perfect continuous. When something happening with any region in the past, we use past perfect continuous. And also we use past perfect continuous when something was happening repeatedly in the past. For that expression, we use past perfect continuous. Something happening, it had been raining. When it was raining in the past, not using it was raining, instead of that we use it had been raining. The students had been shouting when the teacher entered the room. One action was going on before another action happened. The second action happened, the teacher's entry. First action happening, that was shouting. It was on the continuous process. We use past perfect continuous. Then she had been swimming for 2 hours. We express all these things for past perfect continuous when something was going on in the past. Okay? She had been swimming for 2 hours. It shows the duration for 2 hours, for 2 months, for 2 days, for 3 months, for 5 years. When you express any duration, we focus on the duration in the past. Something was going on in the past for some duration, we use past perfect continuous. They had been painting since morning. If something was going on from one point to another, there you use past perfect continuous. They had been painting since morning, had been painting. Okay. For any reason, something was going on, something was happening. There you use in the past. Okay, something was happening in the past. For any reason, we use past perfect continuous. He was tired. Okay, it happened because of this reason. Reason is this, because he had been working all night. It was going on. This is the reason. That's why he was tired. Our expression should be in past perfect continuous tense. If anything was happening repeatedly, okay, regularly, there we use past perfect continuous. They had been visiting the park regularly before it closed for renovation. Okay, regularly what was going on? Visiting. So, in the past. So, they had been visiting the park regularly before it closed for renovation. I hope you understood clearly. Now look at how contractions are formed in past perfect continuous tense. Basically, contractions which are the certain forms instead of full forms. What is that? I had been listening. This is in the full form. It's contracted form. I'd been listening. Short form I, subject plus had will be close to each other with one apostrophe. Both A, H and A will be cancelled. Okay, removed. I'd. I'd is the short form. It is the contracted form of I had. I had been playing. I'd been playing. She had been dancing. She'd been dancing. He had been speaking. He'd been speaking. We had been reading. We'd been reading. You had been teaching. You'd been teaching. It had been working. It'd been working. They had been swimming. They'd been swimming. For negative sentences, I had not been listening. Had not been listening. In contracted form for negative sentence, we cannot add had with the subject. Had not, first auxiliary plus not will be close to each other, and that O will be removed and apostrophe will be added. I had not been listening. I hadn't been listening. She had not been dancing. She hadn't been dancing. He had not been speaking. He hadn't been speaking. We had not been reading. We hadn't been reading. You had not been teaching. You hadn't been teaching. It had not been working. It hadn't been working. They had not been swimming. They hadn't been swimming. These are the contracted forms. Okay. So you should mind it. You never use the contracted form in business line or in academic line. Contracted forms are used in our conversations in informal. Okay. Let's learn how you give easy answers when someone is asking questions using past perfect continuous tense. Had they been watching TV for a long time? If you answer yes, yes, they had. They had, not answering, yes, they had been watching TV for a long time. Not answering in the long way, you should answer in the short way, yes, they had. But in positive answer, we cannot use the contracted form. Yes, they'd. That is wrong. Yes, they had. That means here no contraction. Okay. If our answer no, no, they hadn't. We can't use full form here. That means no, they had not. This is the wrong answer. No, they hadn't. Okay. Had you been learning English? Yes, we had. Full way. No, we hadn't. Okay. We use contractions when answering in our conversational English. We use ing form of a verb in past perfect continuous tense. We need to make some changes while using the forms of a verbs. Those changes are made in the base form of a verbs. Let's see. Normally, we add ing in the verbs to make ing form. Help, helping, we add ing. Play, playing. Jump, jumping. But in all kinds of verbs, the same rule is not followed. The verbs, some verbs end in E. Okay? Care, last letter E. Make, last letter E. When you change the sentence into, when you change the word into ing, we add ing removing last E. Okay? That means you remove E, then add ing. Caring. Remove E, add ing. Making. Another rule, some verbs end in ie. There we remove ie. Lie, die. Remove ie. And that ie will be y. Then ing. Lying, dying. Some verbs follow CVC. C means consonant, vowel, consonant. Get, consonant, vowel, consonant. Swim, consonant, vowel, consonant. There, the last consonant will be double when you make ing. Get, getting. That last letter T became double T. Last letter M became double M. Okay? Get, getting, swim, swimming. For that, we have to remember the rules while you changing one word into ing. Students often do mistakes in using past perfect continuous tense. How to avoid the mistakes? She had been cooking from 6 p.m. She had been cooking from 6 p.m. We use past perfect continuous. So it is one point of time. For point of time, not from, since. Since 6 p.m. The baby was sleeping when her mother entered the room. One action was ongoing when another action happened. When mother entered the room, the action was ongoing. Not using was sleeping, it will be had been sleeping. Okay? Was. The baby had been sleeping when her mother entered the room. He had been learning since 2 hours. He had been learning since 2 hours. 2 hours is a period of time. For period of time, for 2 hours. They had been plowing the land before it rains. We are talking about past tense. So, it rains is wrong, not simple present. It will be rained. Okay, instead of rains, it will be rained. One action was ongoing before another action happened. Next action happened, it rained. Action happened, that is, it rained. They had been plowing the land. I hope you understood the concept clearly. Keep practicing. Go ahead. See you in the next video. Thank you.